And she's like, well, they're going to family members already that we already talked to and cleared and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait, a family member of theirs, meaning of my girls? And she's like, yes. And I was like, that's not what the fuck you said. And it wasn't. And I was like, okay, so me and my counterpart looking at each other like, who? Like, it would have to be your sister. Okay, which at the time we did not know was in on this. Okay, we thought that was a good thing. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, because otherwise, if we keep arguing with these cops, they're going to find some reason to arrest us, and then they're still going to take the kids, and we're really going to be screwed at that point. We're not even going to be able to fight it. It was how we were viewing it, okay? So once they guaranteed that they were going to the family's house and not in a foster care, okay, we finally calmed our girls down and we let them take them. It was the worst. It was the worst, okay? It was the fucking worst experience, and this was just the beginning of it. Anyways, we let them take them because we felt like we had no other choice. We really fucking didn't. It was horseshit. Now, when your children get taken from CPS, you are required by law to have a shelter hearing within 24 hours in front of a judge so you can explain yourself and they can tell you what they are saying that you did and what's going on, okay? We didn't have no shelter hearing. I couldn't even get a hold of anybody the next day. The second day after that, I finally get a call back from this CPS agent, Corinne. I forget this bitch's name. I'll sue her if I get the chance. I'm sure she don't even work there anymore. It doesn't matter. Regardless. She tells me that we don't get a shelter hearing. And I said, I've gone over these statutes and laws extensively, and it says that we do. We get to go in front of a judge, and I get to plead my case. And she said, no, we held the shelter hearing the day before. So the day before they took the children. The fuck? What are you even talking about? What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. Whatever her reasoning was, it was a lie. It was bullshit. It was illegal, okay? They never had a warrant for the kids. They made one up. They only had one of the kids' names on it because they didn't even know my other child's name because there had not been an investigation, and my child said she didn't know when they asked her name when they were taking custody of her illegally. Okay? So I reported her to her supervisor, who also was a lying, corrupt dick, okay? And I was already being targeted, but I'm sure it got worse for me at that point because I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I was going to actually talk to somebody who told the truth and cared about doing their job correctly, but I guess that's not the case. Something like that. Okay, so no warrant, no shelter hearing, okay? That's violation of due process, first of all. That whole case should have been thrown out right fucking there, okay? Even though we weren't in court. I thought 100% with everything in me that as soon as I got in front of the judge that this would be thrown out, they would be like, I'm sorry, you're right, here's your children back. Which took weeks, by the way, maybe even months. I think it might have even been 2 months before I got in front of a judge. I'm so fucking serious. They wouldn't let us